In just 8 weeks, my partner and I launched a mobile app that amassed over 1 million users in 2 months. Our app was user-friendly, visually appealing, and widely recognized for its impact. Initially, it was a replica of an app named Foursquare, but it eventually led to a billion-dollar acquisition. This all happened before I turned 30. I was born in Holliston, Massachusetts to a well-off family, with my father working as the vice president of human resources for a department store chain, TJ Maxx, and my mother as a marketing executive for tech companies like Monster and Zipcar. I inherited my interest in technology and computers from my mother, and my early experience playing computer games like Doom fueled my curiosity to create my own levels. I also developed a talent for tweaking technology to fit my needs, which I never thought would bring me to where I am now. My first job was at a record store where I sold vintage vinyl records during high school. I have a passion for music, and working at the store allowed me to immerse myself in it and pursue my dream of becoming a DJ. Growing up, I was driven and focused on anything that caught my interest. This was evident when I became a DJ, sneaking into clubs with the help of friends despite being under 18. This same mindset also helped me excel in my studies, leading me to attend Stanford University where I majored in management science and engineering. Although I found the academic aspect of school dull, I saw the value in learning something practical and useful for my daily life. In my free time, I engaged in a hobby of building web programs and creating games for friends. Being at Stanford, located in Silicon Valley, surrounded by the world's biggest tech enthusiasts, was a huge advantage for me. During my studies, I interned at several companies, including the podcast-sharing startup Odeo, where I gained invaluable hands-on experience and learned from the founders who later created Twitter. After finishing my internship, I got a job at Google as an associate product marketing manager, managing products such as Google Calendar, Gmail, and Docs. I was overjoyed to have landed my first job at Google as an associate product marketing manager, but after 2 years, I grew restless and felt the urge to pursue entrepreneurship. So, when some employees left to start their own startup, I seized the chance to try something new, and left Google to work at Nextstop as a product manager. Although I didn't have any formal computer training, the startup allowed me to learn from their coders, and on nights and weekends, I devoted time to building my own app, Bourbon, which allowed users to check in, post photos, and earn points for socializing with friends. I raised $500,000 from 2 venture capitalists after showcasing my prototype, and quit my job to focus on developing the app, but I still needed a team. That's when I found an old friend from college, Mike Krieger, a 25-year-old computer engineer who was working on user experience and design at Meebo at the time. The computer engineer, Mike, left his job in user experience and design after being presented with the app idea and deciding to join its creator. Although initially unsure, we both reevaluated the product and focused on what was important. The app, Bourbon, was starting to gain attention but was cluttered and too similar to another social check-in app, Foursquare. To make it unique, we took a risk and started over, keeping only photo sharing capabilities and building a new app from the ground up, which would become the wildly successful social app, Instagram. The name was derived from Instant and Telegram. The name of the app, Instagram, was catchy and easy to remember. Then we added features to make it more appealing and fun, but kept it simple and user-friendly. After researching photography, we found that filters were a hit with users. For 8 weeks, they perfected the app, testing it with friends to make it easy to use. On October 6, 2010, we launched on iOS and immediately became the top free photo sharing app, surpassing 100,000 downloads within a week and reaching 1 million users within 2 months. The popularity of the app and offers of million-dollar investments from investors came as a surprise, as we only had a small team of less than 10 people working at our office. The greatest offer occurred in April 2012, when Facebook made an irresistible offer. They paid $1 billion for our app, which took 8 weeks to develop. And all of this happened before I reached 30. Instagram now has over 800 million active users, 300 million daily stories, 95 million photographs published daily, 4.2 billion likes per day, and 40 billion photos shared. Anyone can establish a social photo sharing site, I tell people when they ask what makes Instagram so important. Many people have done so. Our community is our largest asset, so we need to maintain it, make sure people are satisfied. I created the billion-dollar app known as Instagram.